Bonjour.
Bonjour.
How's it going?
Good, good. How are you?
Yeah, well, thanks.
That's good. Good to hear. How'd you get on the rest of the day yesterday?
I finished up after the call.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a night person, so I struggle in the evenings.
Yeah, it wasn't fun trading in Australia.
Well, it's
It,
not been fun for a while, actually.
it was good. It was good because you could have the whole day to do stuff,
Mm.
but then, like just around the dinner times, there's awkward timing.
Yeah, it is. But I think when the times change, it'll be a bit easier
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully make for better trading. 'Cause German was doing my head in for a while
Mm.
until a few days ago.
Hey, Dave. How are you? Russ, how are you? So there were some nice moves yesterday. Old Naz, if we recall, was saying to look for a liquidity candle. We put the alert, this line, and I actually missed it. I just, as soon as I finished, because I had to go drop the car for its MOT, and then just got distracted doing things in the city. And I was like, oh yeah, my alert didn't go off, and that's how close it got. And I'm saying, like, as soon as that alert goes off, liquidity candle, in you go. So a bit annoying. Let me just zoom in. I was looking for just something to push up into this little area, across over here, and then it gave a nice entry, right? If you took the first one, that shouldn't have stopped you out, but then that was a lovely little rejection 5-minute candle. This was your confirmation as well. So like if you wanted to go as anticipation or cowboy, you would have just taken it at the alert level. Didn't quite reach the alert. That's the anticipation. That's your confirmation. And then down she went. And I was looking, if you guys remember, I was looking for the 50% of yesterday, Tuesday. I was looking for the 50% to look for some longs. So I got the longs. I didn't get the sell down to it though, unfortunately. But that was the 50%, puts us right over here, which lines up pretty nicely with confluence, with a nice little area of demand. Then price, as it pushed into it, my entry, because I didn't trade until after London close, so that was looking for between 4 and 5 p.m. Looking for a push off. So 4 o'clock starts right over this one. Here's 4 o'clock. So my entry that I got, I'd have to check, doesn't look like I see it on the 5-minute, but it was 1880. That's what it was. I remember driving. I remember this because I had to pick the car up from its MOT right on peak hour, and I remember having the trade on as I was driving home, and I was pretty shocked to see in these two candles, literally stuck at one intersection, felt like forever, was when my alert went off, when it hit take profit at 18,125 for a nice little 40 pip move. And then I was actually hyper scalping after that. I kind of lost my head a little bit, just going and taking like 10 pips, 10 pips, 10 pips, 10 pips. So pretty nice day. Missed, I don't know what caused that, but that's pretty late. That was well after dinner time. Yeah. So yeah, Naz came up with the goods. What actually led to this little push up over here was a good auction on the 30-year. So better than like the 10-year auction previously in the week, was pretty bad. This one was a pretty good auction, so it showed like a bit more better confidence. So I think that was what the catalyst was, as well as the London close sort of volatility that we get. But nice little move on Naz. German was a pain in the bum because I was holding out, as you guys know, for this alert level. This is where I left my runner, and I literally just set and forget it. This one. So I had the sell we took the sells in the stream, and it was, I took the sell right about here, and then had to sort of sit through a little bit of drawdown, like not quite 20 pips. It was pretty comfortable looking for this. I didn't get as great entry as I was hoping for. Secured some, left a runner, survived the pullback, which I'd noticed that price had pulled all the way back. Because I left my stops at where they were, and then as it was pushing down, I moved my stops to break even, and this guy came and got me. So that was a real pain in the bum. So the runner kind of only ended up making barely anything on that one, 0.2% or something. And yeah, then it just chopped around all day for the rest of it. So pretty low volatility for your German 40. Gold was a good one as well, except for I kept on getting stopped out for break even. So I had a long, as you guys know. I said I was pretty bullish on gold today to correct this whole move over here, back up. So I got in for a long, pretty much at, towards the, before I was taking off to drop the car off. And where'd I get in? I got in over here in this area. And I had a pretty good entry, and I moved my stops to break even just before NY open was about to happen, and then NY came down, stopped me out. Got back into the trade about like when it was breaking this high. Price pushed up, moved my stops to break even. NYSE came down, stopped me out, and then pretty annoying. But that was, I like to see that it sort of continued on the target, even if I wasn't really able to partake in it. By that stage, I was more focused on NAS, but price continued. So, did anyone take any of these trade ideas from yesterday? Hey IP, how are you? No, crickets. Unless mic's not working. Okay. Now, let's looking forward to today. Let's check the news, and we'll do a little bit of analysis. We've got 20 minutes before the open. So we have PPI, which is going to be a big volatile reading. So PPI and retail sales. So they are forecasting a drop because they had a big surprise the upside in the previous one. They were actually forecasting a low number, as we can see, 0.1% previously, and they came in 0.5%. So PPI is producer. Hey Brett, how are you? PPI is producer inflation reading, and what we want to see is also the year-on-year. So for core, we want to see what the anniversary one is. So March last year came in pretty flat at 0.0%. So if we get a forecast read of above 0%, then what we're going to be seeing is year on year tick up. So what do you think that would do? What do you think that would lead to? If inflation's been sticky, it all just adds into the Fed holding for longer to wait and see what's going, and being like cautious with their cuts. So it'll probably, like, I think there's pretty much cemented already that no one's expecting them to cut before June. So I think that will just add to it. So I think we would see initial short-term volatility to the downside, But I don't think it's actually going to change anything. I think it's all pretty much set that this would just add to it. Now PPI, this is not the core PPI. March was a negative read. So yeah, it's all pointing to inflation, like producer side inflation still being sticky as well. So I think if we get a surprise to the downside, you'll have a much bigger impact than a surprise to the upside. I think a surprise to the upside is kind of expected. Not a surprise, sorry. I think numbers pointing to the upside is expected. So what I believe that's going to do is, as long as it's not a huge surprise, I think we'll just get short-term volatility on stocks and US dollar. I think we'll get short-term volatility to, sorry, not disregard US dollar for now. I'll talk about that separately. What I believe we'll get is short-term volatility to the downside on stocks, and then I think we'll just get it. I think we'll just grind away. I'm pretty bullish today on the equity markets. If we get a surprise to the downside, I don't think we get any pullback. I think we just go straight up, and that will be the same as gold as well. If we get a surprise to the upside, then I think we'd see initial short-term pullbacks on equities and gold, and I still think we just grind away. If we get a big surprise to the upside, then yeah, I don't think we get this second move. I think we get maybe like a drop, a retest of the high, and then a drop again. So that's going to, I'll stream during this PPI because I do want to watch this one. We also at the same time have unemployment claims and we have retail sales as well. So we could, you know, the door's open for mixed news. Retail sales, they're actually expecting this big bounce. So last month was minus 0.8 and they're expecting a jump of 0.8 now. So yeah, we could get mixed news all at the same time at this 12:30 UK time. Yeah, that's about it. What do we have else? Nothing really, no more news here. We're not going to have any Fed speakers because we're in Fed blackout. And let's just check now the morning wrap for the Asian session. See if there's anything that happened. Otherwise, I'm bullish. Hey Paul, how are you? Okay, so nothing really standing out. Stocks in Asia struggle to find direction. Investors waited US inflation data. Yep. I think that's what everyone's sort of waiting for. Asia Pacific equities index showed a little change. Gains in South Korea offset the losses in Hong Kong. Yeah, I think it'd be a slow morning. But I'm looking for it to sort of push up. We have to cut rates. We have to cut rates twice before summer break. Huh. Sort of breaking ranks.
Can I just ask about German 40 today? It's sort of range bound, and the last 2, 4, 6 4 hourly candles are all just dojis, basically. Well, doji-ish. So you think if it's bullish, I mean, how do we trade that? It's either from the bottom of that range or it's above the range.
Yeah, it's kind of like a flag. We've seen these like little pullbacks. So I'd like to see, I was kind of hoping to take Asian low. So I'm kind of cautious about taking any longs here. I'll kind of wait to see. Let's see if we get, if I just go with technicals, I am bullish, but I think I would wait for, oh yeah, you know what, that Stumaris guy is now potentially driving this a bit. Let's wait and see what the London Open does. But if
he's continue up and take the London high, New York high.
Yeah, and then just look for a liquidity candle for a pullback. I think that could be a bit of a, you know, just a buyer's trap above here. So let's look at the other time frames. Let's look at the 1 hours, 2 hours. It's a pretty healthy looking candle. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll give that a shot. That if we get into London volume time, I don't think there's going to be like, I mean, I've said it before and been wrong, but I don't think there's, I wouldn't expect there to be huge moves today ahead of the inflation news. So I'd actually look to see it take these highs, take these wicks, and then push up, and then kind of just look convincing, and then look for a liquidity candle, maybe halfway into the London open hour, to see if a bit of a pullback. Because I still, I'm going to do that. I'm going to look for, I am quite bullish on it. So, but I don't trust the timing of this move to the upside. So, but right now I'll just sort of stay to the side. I'm just going to wait. I'm kind of tempted to get in for a buy, but I don't like these areas, and I just don't think there's much potential room for upside just yet. Anyway, we'll just wait and see. We've got 13 minutes. Gold, I'm more tempted on. I think gold would be quite good for buys. Just waiting to see this kind of bottom out a little bit and then push up. And then NAS we'll wait and see for NY. What else have we got? So Euro's falling down on that news from the comments from him. What time did he say these things? 7:30. Who is this guy anyway? Seems quite the dove. I do wonder if he's like looking at Greece economy a bit more than ECB as a whole. Because I think the Greek economy is actually doing better. So it would help. Anyway, not here to speculate on that. What are you guys' ideas? You guys got a plan for attack today? Should we go through them?
My green line's at the just a bit higher than where it is now, so might look for some price action around there. It's also a 3-hour HCS, short HCS from the top, so if it pushes up into that zone, there's a couple of 2-hour, 3-hour doji highs and my green line, so I might see if I can trade off that zone, that confluence.
Yep.
To go short at least a little bit. I agree it's still bullish, but I just don't see where it can be bullish from unless it breaches that whole range and closes above it, at which point I'm in uncharted territory and feeling nervous again.
Yeah.
So yeah, though I'm bullish, I don't like trading in this kind of bullish situation, at least not yet.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's just because of the news later on. So I'm not looking to grab many pips, so maybe it could go long here. How many pips would that give us? Maybe 20 pips up to the highs here.
Yeah, it's had one day as a previous day was just a small doji, but previous bullish moves have come off the day off the back of just a single day of hesitation too.
Yeah. So what I don't like is how slow this is moving. So normally like a German Open at least has a bit more activity, and I'm fine. This is just there hasn't really been like apart from this candle. This is the very open candle. It's been a real slow grind here. So I would love it if
it's more
price.
convincing bullish action, bullish movement.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would have loved it if price was like here right now, and we're just about to roll into the London Open, and then we just pull back straight away. Because then I reckon we could drive up to 18,015, and at least that little pullback gives you a bit more clearance up to here. I think that would be like a pretty good idea then, just to trade that little, like be able to get 40 pips in that way. Otherwise, it's just a bit of a grind. So it's not great. Not great that it's in this area that there's just not enough room to the upside. Even though I think that we could easily, why fight this? I just don't like using leverage. I don't really want to be entering around here because it's pretty high to be using leverage on the trade like this. If it was like an investing, kind of like buying and holding, I'm not too fast. But using leverage, you got to be a bit more careful. So we'll see. We shall see. We've got 8 more minutes. Anyone else? What are you looking at? Bitcoin's still rising. I think with the news, it makes it a bit easier. In the news for the PPI news, I think I'm really looking forward to the NY session. So I don't want to waste all my bullets. Because I think it's the stage is set for a read. Even though I don't think it's like going to impact too much, I think the stage is set for PPI year on year to come in high because of what drops out in March, and that's going to have an initial reaction that inflation's here to stay, or here like being a lot more stickier. So that's going to lead to sells. So the higher this can drive up is going to make it easier to have that initial news reaction trade. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's what I'm planning.
And you'll be focusing on German 40 or on NAS or what?
Any equities, they will be correlated. Yeah, even gold in this way will be correlated too. So that's the upside. That if we just continue pushing up and up and up and up, is that you get a lovely little sell move, an easy sell move in New York session. If price is already down here, and inflation and the PPI is coming out, that makes it a bit harder. But if we do get that one side move up, then yeah, for sure, because things can't keep on going in straight lines. But we'll have an easy New York session, I'm sure. If London just keeps on kind of grinding away up here. Okay, so we've got New York high, London high. How did US yen go? US yen, that did sell off a little bit. Kind of took that New York high. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, my that's annoying. Yeah. I logged in on my phone. So what happened was my sessions changed again. So this needs to go back to 12. This needs to go back to 21. And this needs to go back to 12. I don't know why it does that. It's so annoying. There we go. Really annoying that something, either if I connect to my phone, it overrides the settings I've saved here. So let's have a look at US yen again. Oh, an Asian session. That needs a change. 21. All right, come on, London. I want you to pull back and then form that support so we can go long. Or shoot up with like a clean, fast candle and sweep these highs and then look to take it down a little bit. So if Rid is just going to play technicals on this. Like, I don't care which way it's going to go. I just want to see. I don't think this is the high of the day, and I don't think this is going to be the low of the current day now as well. I think at some stage we do both. So I really don't care which way we go. Just looking for it to sweep liquidity, take the New York high, take the London high, in one foul swoop, one clean candle, give us a bit of a reaction, take it down like 20, 30 pips. Secure some profits, or go down, reconnect the Asian session, form a bullish candle, push up, sweep some of the liquidity up here, secure profits, and then wait for New York session. Oh, looks like we're starting to break out a little bit. So we're taking the New York high now. So 30 minutes looking strong, man. Very strong.
And London high now.
Yep. So gathered a good bit of liquidity here now. Can we do a foul swoop up to 18.15 and then give us a rejection? Okay, 10 seconds. Be super patient today. There's no need to rush anything. Hey man, how are you?
Too bad.
What do you make of this price action for German Open? Pretty slow, wasn't it?
I've got to go onto a different broker to see it. Mate, my Behaviour doesn't do much of the Asian session, so
Oh, it doesn't.
very
Is it closed most of it? Is it?
it closes from New York Open until Euro kicks in.
Oh, really? That sucks.
See what, but most days you'll Asian, whether it goes up and down, they open in very similar spots.
Mm.
I'm thinking it's going to pull back. That's my initial position.
Yeah, I don't like the upside for longs from here. And we're taking so many session highs here, so I'm kind of keen for see a little bit of a lift off, clean candles, and then look for the sells.
Mm.
You just arrived. I was talking about New York session. I think New York session is going to be, if we just keep on grinding higher, New York session will be easy. So I don't mind if we do just grind higher. Alright, man, it's moving, but it's like at a snail's pace.
Well, yeah, we've been on for the last hour. We just had a little Zoom with a couple of us before, and mate, your teeth.
Yeah, because like this candle, this 5-minute candle that we opened, I felt like I was watching it, and it just looked like it was stuck down this area for ages, and I wasn't sure if it was actually frozen or not, but it wasn't. It just wasn't moving.
Gold's been in a 12 pip range for the last hour and a half.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was in a long, and it'd just go up, down, and I just closed it just now on the open at essentially the Euro high.
Yeah, I was pretty keen for buys from this area.
Yeah, we were looking at them. That's what I said. I got stopped out once, and the second one I basically made back what I lost on the first stop out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not expecting too much. Not with PPI tonight.
Howdy all.
Hey man, how are you?
Good.
Got a plan for today, Tom?
I was looking at it before and I was thinking of buy to sell.
Buy to sell, yeah. Yeah, I think I like this as a zone to come back to at some stage.
Yeah.
This area.
Yeah, that's where I'm in short, but that's where my take profit is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that sounds good. 3 minutes given liquidity candle. Crappy one, but one nonetheless. This guy right here.
Yeah, just be mindful of this.
I'm not in anything yet. What was that arrow for?
Just the wick. If it gets down into that wick, what might happen?
Haydos, that area that you marked for it to get down to, for Glenn to take his profit, is that a little bit of algo trading there?
Looks like
part
it.
of the reason?
Yeah, I like these. It's kind of like three candles look very similar to each other, and it went boom, boom, boom. So I see this area. When I see these things, often I see price come back to it.
And that's a Frankfurt Open candle there.
It is a Frankfurt Open, that's right.
And they look institutional algo because they've got 3 imbalanced candles in a row. Well, 3 out of 4 have no wicks on the 3 minute.
There's a whole bunch of them here. That one there as well.
Mm.
I'll mark that with this, so it sort of sticks on there. Kind of looking to sell down to that when I get something telling me to sell. I don't mind that 3 minute candle though. It was just kind of a little bit nothing. Patiently waiting for the sell. What's Naz doing? Yeah, actually, the Naz buys look better for 30 pips. I might take that.
All that plain range there.
Yeah, to back up to the New York high, because that was my target. The clean candle. Like this whole area was my target yesterday. I chickened out and closed early at 18,125. But I like this. I like these buys. If we're gonna keep on grinding up, yeah. Good one. Now there's a little bit more room to run. Because we're already above this this candle, like this high here. And if we look at on the lower time frames, we look back at that zone. You know what I say about like taking the first break is always like dodgy. But we're above it now. You know, took the first one, closed nice and strong, quite significantly above it. A little bit more room to run to the upside. If we can get closure inside of here, then we've got another 20 pips to the upside. Pretty comfortably. See if there's any news headlines popped up. One more push now, come on. Keeping an eye on German. You can see the price here, 18.10. It's getting closer to the target. target area to sell. Not that I'm in anything. Just NAS. Okay, last minute. So it should be like secure on this area. Okay, close inside, which is good. See if we can just push.
On ACG, we've taken the high.
Of yesterday.
Yeah. By 3 pips.
Hey Rob.
Only 5 pips away from the all-time high, and we used to be like all getting really excited about.
All-time highs are boring now.
They were like, oh yeah, well it's just that's the high over there. Oh, that's the all-time high. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I might take it. Now I probably will.
Boring old highs.
We used to talk about lows, but we don't get them anymore.
Every session is just bullish. Just buy. Just close your eyes. Just buy.
Selling will be a thing of the past. No one's selling anymore. Selling is just out of vogue.
Yeah.
That's selling.
We're telling our grandchildren, we used to sell to make money. What? No way. That's so weird.
Why'd you do that? You guys are weird.
Yeah, that's so 2023.
Come on.
Yeah, it's like 10 years later and prices at 48,000 or something.
Yeah, gosh, imagine that.
And you're still holding your shorts.
Yeah.
Only I would do that.
It'll come back.
There's going to be a big correction any moment now.
Yeah. Story of my life.
We're on my deathbed still clinging onto the notion of it.
Write it in your will. Don't forget to tuck my shorts.
I was right. It did correct. Yeah. To be opened in 50 years' time.
Yeah. I knew I was right.
Well, here it goes.
Oh, whoop, there we go.
Did it? Oh dear.
Okay. Come on, Naz. Just push a little bit more. Don't do that. Come on, just tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it in. Alrighty. Secured. Let the rest run. Hopefully we can just push, push, push. And then New York, I'll sell this guy. Cool. Anyone take that? You guys took that, surely.
No.
No?
No.
No,
I
was
took
late
it.
in the game.
It was too late.
Only moving.
Tell me someone.
I
Someone.
did. I jumped in with you, Hayden.
Oh, good one. Thanks, Rani.
I'm trying to follow my rules.
Tom, don't know as well. It's the same as German, to be honest. It's just like take out the it can be scary, the volatility that you get in New York session, but take the New York session out, and price action is very similar, even similar pip movements. It's just New York sessions when it gets extreme. But see, like one thing is we've got the clean candle here. This whole clean candle. So this is basically what you're trading now. Price doesn't get that high up into the candle without like the body of this. Price doesn't get that high up into it without at least. Oh gosh, where's my arrow gone, man? Here we go. Okay, price doesn't get in. Amateur hour here. There we go. Price doesn't come up this high into this clean candle just to turn around without at least hitting something here. So the way you look at it is you've got your resistance right at the top, traditional way of just treating resistance, or you just look at the last bullish candle before the drop, which would be like here, this area, and then just say like, even if it doesn't quite get to the high, and price is like in this region, so where we're looking at it was here, this at least you had like 20 to 30 pips to the upside potential without being too worried about a pullback, because there's nothing here that's going to stop price. I know a lot of people could look at it and then say, well, what about this area, because this is a previous support, which now could be resistance. It doesn't work like that. Price often, if you treat this whole zone, price could reject this easily, but it would probably be a wick like this. It doesn't like just hit it perfectly and then drop. So it doesn't always have enough volume in the particular session like what it did yesterday, like late in the session, it didn't have enough volume to complete this whole area in one go. As much as I would have liked it to, it didn't. Price came back down and it started grinding. But now the second time that we're breaking above this area with clean candles to the left, if you've got at least 30 pips, you've got enough room for a trade. And like that's all you're basically trading. Secure some profits. Hopefully it can just keep on running. You know, how many times was it after Nvidia earnings, which kind of still hurts me a little bit, but it was, we traded, it was in here somewhere. Yeah, I think it was around here. No, was it Thursday? It's Thursday. I think it was Thursday. But literally, like, yeah, here it was. This was it here. This day. Only traded like from the these areas, and like price pushed up, and I took the profit there. And that was just like, you know, if you guys remember, it was like an easy 40-50 pips, and then what happens afterwards, you know, don't let it bother you too much. But trading this one, I thought had, after looking at it, it had a lot more room to push up than what we're getting with these German Open. Just small margins here. Oh, look, now we can actually focus on this. So we took the high. This is in that region. Just wait for a candle to close. Let's trade it.
Want to go long?
No, go down. Can't hear you.
I don't know. Maybe.
Who buys these days?
Everyone will have gone back to selling, and I'll be still clinging on to buyers. I'm like, oh no.
5-minute candle. Okay. 3-minute candle looked alright. Getting halfway into this. There's a part of me that doesn't want it to drop. And then all I need to do is be patient enough not to trade until New York session. Right, Nas having the pullback right on that area. So if it does this, I'd be pretty keen to see it rebounding from here, pushing bullish again, and then trading that up to finish the job. Kind of what I was doing yesterday. No, it was gold, sorry. This move. So price pushed up like this, and then it sat on this level a couple of times, and then once it sits on this level, creating like this bit of support, that was the move to push up. And then it didn't quite do it again, or did it do it again? Yeah, over here. So then similar sort of move that it did here. It doesn't quite look the same, but on like a 1 minute it looked the same. And then it pushed down, gave that little fake out kind of thing, and then started driving up again. And then every time it did that fake out driving up, it ended up leading to a breakout. That's what I liked about it. So I'm gonna watch NAS for this one to see if it does the same thing. Because money never really leaves the market. Money just sort of rotates between assets. So can it do the same thing? And then a fake out, and then go bullish, and then I think we'll get a breakout to the top.
Do you think it could go down and revisit that bullish engulfing candle around that 3 minute? Yeah.
Well, I kind of think all of this has been built in like a stack of cards, and then it's just waiting for that NAS. It's waiting for that PPI inflation news to come out, and it's going to sweep all of this, and then it could still go bullish. But I'd like it to sweep everything, and then all of this was just sort of building up that liquidity, gathering stops under the trend line liquidity, and then for it just to sweep. A whole bunch of people see inflation being higher, but there's kind of not any new news. But seeing year on year PPI coming in higher than like increasing, that's enough of a catalyst to help make people sell, and it's going to just lead it to pulling back to another nice buy position to buy, as long as there's not like a surprise number of inflation. Like last time we got a 0.5. This one 0.5 when they were expecting 0.1. So as long as we don't get like 0.7 or 0.5 again, in that case, then yeah, I think those sells could be just like a sell-off today. But if it's if it comes in like more or less as expected, as long as it comes in above 0%, it's going to be a higher year-on-year read, and that's going to be enough to have a short-term sell. But I don't think it actually changes anything. I think then it just leads to more buys. So the stage is set for a lovely, lovely move, and for people that kind of just react to a number, I think it's a trap. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, completely wrong. But that's the thesis I'm going to go with, and then we'll trade it. We'll trade it if anyone's around for it. Thankfully, New York session is not as late these days for these last 4 days. Yeah, I think it was a good move securing at that point.
What time do you reckon you'll be back on London time?
12 o'clock my time, so that's going to be what, 11 p.m. Sydney time. But you're in SA, aren't you? So
I'm in Adelaide, so 10:30.
Yeah, 10:30.
Awesome. No, I'm gonna have to shoot, but I will be back on a bit later.
Sweet, man. I'll see you there.
Thank you. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Yep. Right.
You're up.
See you, mate.
Bye.
All right. This is the. Are we going to make another little leg? What do you reckon, Maddie? I'm gonna have to give her some attention in a second. I'm gonna entertain. I'm gonna use a little bit of profits. I'm gonna entertain and take a little buy here on DAX to trade it back up a little bit. Actually, let me just check the news first. Make sure I'm not trading against something that's causing it to go down. I wouldn't know anyway because it'll probably pop up later. But I'm gonna put a little buy on. To see if we can take it back up towards, maybe I'm going to look for 15 pips. And then at 18.12, I think around this level, I'll secure it. So I jumped in when it was about here. These spreads are good on Blue Guardian. That 0.4. So much nicer than it was before. Before, I can't believe it, before it was 3.2. Can you believe that? Now it's 0.4. Made it so, it did my head in. So I'll put the trade levels up. So I'm not looking for it to come to this level just yet. Only looking for a small little move. Hopefully it doesn't take some of the profits. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is the area that I want to fake out, otherwise the market's going to take my 10 pips.
Love hearing our mascot in the background.
She has her firefly at the moment. She's playing. She gets so frustrated with it. I don't know why. She's practicing to be a singer.
Does she get her reasons?
She's like, Dad, come cuddle me. Or play with the firefly. Ooh, took the low of the previous candle. Come on, man. Let's push. Push. How good would it be to be able to speed up the minutes here? You seen that movie? Is it Fast Forward? Adam Sandler, I think it is. He just fast forwards his life.
Switch.
Oh, the Switch, was it?
Click, isn't it?
Click.
Click. That's the one. Click. There's the universal remote
Yeah.
that controls the universe.
It's got the guy from the... Oh. Maddie just rolled. First time? Oh no, second. That's a... She's done it a couple of times. Now it's getting dangerous.
Yeah.
Can't just put
Yeah,
her somewhere. What's that?
You don't buy furniture? Or do you have like a gap under your lounge?
Sorry, I missed that again, Glenn. What do you say?
Yeah.
Do you have a gap under your lounge? Like, is there like an empty space under your lounge?
Oh, very small.
We come out in the lounge room, my eldest, when he was a baby. Couldn't find him anywhere. And we're like, where is he? Where is he? He's gone. Someone's taken the kid. And then you heard him making goo and a go, and he rolled under the lounge. There we go. Come on.
Yeah, far out, man. I'm getting tired of waiting for this. It's meant to be a quick move. All right, well, I'm gonna get going because I'm gonna come back for New York. But the plan is to hold this one up. That will just give us a real good leg up for New York session. Hopefully, it just keeps on driving up because I'll look to sell it. If you're not going to attend New York, then keep an eye on the PPI, which comes out 30 minutes into the New York session. It's going to be pretty volatile, which is nice. Gold, I'm looking to buy that as well. Obviously, it's going to depend if the number comes out higher than expected or not. Equities, I just really want this to drive up higher so we can sell it. I really don't want to see a sell-off start now because that's going to make things tricky if we're trading underneath Asian low. Going to make it real tricky. So yeah, let's just wait and see, huh? So it looks like, this is looking like it's about to. Oh well, I'll see what this does. Anyway, if it takes the 10 pips, then so be it. But I really want to see this sort of support hold. I want to see this. I don't want to risk any more on this because I'm only risking a little bit. I don't really want to see it hit this area, so I don't think it's worth holding if it's driving below here. Even if it drops and that, I just I'm not going to willing to give much back, considering I want to save my bullets now for NY. So on that note, I'm going to bid you guys farewell. I'll shut the YouTube off first. Zoom people, stay on. We'll have a little Q&A, and then we'll discuss the New York session. All right, YouTube guys, trade safe. See ya.